The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for The Media Zone with your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And the chance to win free movie tickets with the Poster Pairs game. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello, and welcome to the Media Zone. Ed and Dave here. Ed and Dave with you.
It's our last show. We're next to last
This
season.
is the last show of the penultimate season. So this is not the last show, would have been the penultimate show of the penultimate season.
Right.
But this is the last show of the penultimate season.
Right.
And
Our next to last season. And but really, the next season is an abbreviated season. It's not even a full season.
It is, yes, it'll run through May, I believe, into May.
But you promise we're going to try and come back as the all new?
As long as you're willing, right, to continue on with shows, which means taping once a month for a couple hours. And it'll be less time because we won't...
I will do it only for Gary / Bob. I don't know. I forget which his name is. But I will only do it because he's a dedicated viewer. I don't know why, but I appreciate it. But I will only do it because he's a dedicated viewer.
Right.
So I will continue to do the show for our viewer.
And there was two conditions that we continue on. You're interested, and that we're still on the public access.
Right.
If it was to go off the local Albany public access, then I would be less interested in putting together a new show, even though YouTube is now available.
Despite the fact that YouTube has a worldwide
I still
reach.
get a kick out of turning the TV on, and there we are. You do that once a year maybe, but
I will flip through and see, and I'll see our show, and I'll go, oh God, no, and then I'll turn it off.
Jeez.
I don't watch it.
You should watch it.
Why?
Especially the YouTube version, which is enhanced and in high def.
Okay, again. To remind me what we did, because I forget.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I finally hooked up my PlayStation 3. I know we're on PlayStation 4 now, but since I have Wi-Fi now, which I didn't have before this year,
What?
I can now watch YouTube on the TV.
Oh.
So that's interesting, watching the show in high def on the TV, which we don't see as it comes through the cable as of yet, because we don't have a high def channel that we're on. So it is fun to watch the show. Of course, I could always pull off a DVD, I guess, but I don't think it would still be as high quality as it is on YouTube. So don't forget out there, we should mention this, the shows are up on YouTube. Now, Cammie couldn't find her show. All she had to do was punch in YouTube and Cammie. I guess she was putting Cammie Allen. We use her shortened version on the show. Cammie, who is still not called in, and this is show 3. So we mentioned that there is a producer out there who's interested in doing something with the show. We're not sure. Putting it on Amazon Prime. But the address is on the end of the show. Anybody wants to contact us for any reason. Like Gary sends in a review of the show every week. Mm-hmm. And starting not next week, because we got a big show as we go over it'll be the premiere, the final season premiere next week, Dave.
Yes.
And we'll be doing the new TV show, so there's a lot going on next week. But after that, there will be a new email sent out before all the tapings with everyone who is interested in guest hosting on the show or appearing as a guest. Michael will be on there.
Okay.
You remember Mike as a co-host. Kim, the matinee lady.
Okay.
I know she's across the street. We've tried, but she'll be on there. And various other people. Even Gary, as you mentioned, was interested if he had time.
He's the most deserving, I feel.
Yeah, he'll be right up there, and we're going to schedule John Powers. We mentioned we didn't find that Dick or Treat sketch yet, but I don't know if he wants that on the air. But we'll show one of his classic bits, some of our classic bits. All we're going to have a lot of fun in this last year, Dave. Alicia, we're going to contact with. Remember, we were talking about her a lot with the Alicia dance.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Alicia dance. What was that again? Was that like twerking before twerking was twerking?
She was ahead of her time, 20 years with twerking, with the Alicia dance, which she would do in the Pier 1.
Right. What a beautiful woman she was, wasn't she?
Yeah,
she probably still is.
Probably still is, yeah. At least her Facebook picture that I could see that was posted, that was always...
Well, she's still youngish.
Yeah. Youngish, so we'll get a hold of her.
Yeah. All the memories.
And anybody else you can recall? I know we can't get a hold of Laura Excitement, who was on the show as a guest matinee lady. I'm going to try and get Carol, who was the actual first matinee lady.
Hey, my ex-wife was a matinee lady once.
Will you appear on that show? She was on the show.
I'll appear on that show.
She messed my hair up, too. Remember she came over? She should have stayed in the corner. She was messing my hair up.
You can't control her, Ed.
You can't.
You can't control her. Forget it. She's out.
Would you actually, if I put the offer out?
Why not, wouldn't I?
All right. I'm going to put the offer out then. That would be quite interesting.
Why not? Why would it be? I've seen her plenty of times.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while.
Oh, I just saw her a couple weeks ago.
Okay. She's on the list, Dave. You okayed it.
Eileen did the show once.
Eileen, we're tracking down Eileen. It's close. I think we almost have Eileen. None of your kids ever appeared on the show.
No, because they're smart.
They had no interest in appearing on television.
No.
Anybody else out there who was on the show? I'm trying to think of... Susie, yeah, all the co-hosts are invited. Lilac may shoot through the area. Susie's in California. I think she's going. Anybody that can't get here, though, I'm going to see if they want to send in video messages.
Okay. Lilac has to be on. That's required.
Lilac should be on. She comes through once in a while to go back home. She should be on.
She had, wasn't she one of the shortest tenured?
No, she was. Cammie was actually the shortest of only 2 tapings, I believe.
What? Really?
I believe it was only 2 tapings.
Wow.
3 at the most.
Oh, and then the other one that we don't speak of.
Yeah, there's one that
who was in love with Billy Fischello.
Right. That one ended poorly and will not be contacted. It's too bad because we did have some fun there.
What was the reason she bad-mouthed us or something?
No. All I mentioned, it was my fault, I guess.
Oh, you're to blame. Okay.
All I mentioned was we're doing our New Year's Eve show. Do you have anything like a low cut? I said low cut, like party dress for the New Year's show. And she didn't want to be looked at as a sexual object.
I don't think that was a problem.
That was not a sexual comment. That was like a low cut evening gown. Was all that was requested.
Wow.
And that was looked upon poorly. I mean, every other picture, the boobs were hanging out on Facebook.
Well, it's one thing if she volunteers the boobs.
Yeah,
if you demand the boobs, that's a no-no.
But if she would run across the show, we'd have her in, right?
No.
No, you're not. The ex-wife.
I got to be honest with you, Ed. I didn't want to come down and do the show when she was here.
When she was here,
I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
I felt she was just she talked too much.
There was a lot of talking, yes, with that one.
And it's not like I am against her talking, but it's the role that she was playing was not wasn't like a third co-host per se. It was as you do the game and a few comments here and there, but she would take over half of the show and keep going and going and going.
Well, she was her own performer in a venue. So,
oh, really?
So I guess it took over.
And yes, I agree with the lovely producer. There was no chemistry.
No chemistry. Yeah, a lot of people wrote in. I think even Gary, I'm not speaking for him, but a lot of people didn't like her really on the show. I thought she did okay, and there was a tie-in with a radio station, so I thought that was good. But
Nothing against the original Kim. I still say Lilac is the best one.
She was your favorite.
She was my favorite. Until I saw her go to that porn thing. That was both exciting and a little disappointing.
It was only disappointing because we weren't there watching her ride the Sibian, I think was the problem. Okay, we're about 10 minutes in. We've yet to talk about a film.
Well, there's only 2 movies, so we had time.
There's 3, isn't there?
No, I only got 2.
Renegades.
I got A and C.
And Close Encounters is being re-released.
Oh, all right. So the first one is Close Encounters?
Yeah, we can talk right
I'll do the read.
There's no read.
There's no read.
They're re-releasing Close Encounters.
Why?
Because it came out in 1977.
Yes.
Which is 40 years ago. Let's do the math.
Yes.
It's funny they didn't do anything for Star Wars, of all things. They didn't re-release that.
Well, because they're making 8 million more Star Wars movies.
Still, yeah. Close Encounters was not my favorite at the time.
I didn't care for it.
Last time I watched it, it was entertaining, more entertaining than I remember. I'm not sure which version is being re-released.
Now, this is a Spielberg film.
Yeah.
Apparently, he liked Richard Dreyfuss enough to use him again.
There was a special edition in 1980 where we see Richard Dreyfuss get onto the ship. We don't see that in the first version. And what he saw in there was better left to the imagination. It was like a big empty thing, and there were lights flying around up on top. It was not, and I think he took out some of that scene where he was building the thing on the table.
With the mashed potatoes?
The mashed potato tower. That scene is come and gone and been cut down. I thought it was funny. It was probably the highlight at the time when he was throwing trees in through the window and building the Devil's Tower.
Now, is that, if I recall, Francois Truffaut?
Yes. He was in there. A little kid, we see the aliens at the end. It was a pretty good film. Terry Garr was in there. Melinda Dillon.
Yeah, I saw this movie.
In the theater?
No.
No.
Are you nuts? I saw it, and I haven't seen it a second time, and I don't recall liking it the first time. But I might consider seeing it a second time, not in a theater. I would never see E.T. again.
You walked out on that.
I walked out on that one. But this I might consider seeing just to see if it was if I've changed, perhaps my palate has matured.
Well, you can see it on the 19th,
No.
which will probably be doing it as it's re-released on Blu-ray in 4K.
I'll just borrow your version.
It comes with the DVD. Do you have Blu-ray set up at all yet?
I have a Blu-ray player. I don't think it's attached to anything.
Huh.
I just use my regular DVD player.
No, DVDs can be fine if
They're fine for me.
Correctly.
I don't care what they look like. I don't care if they're blurry.
I was watching The Night Stalker on DVD, and in that release, it looks way better than this thing they're putting on MeTV, which is blurry and expanded.
Yeah, they have some poor quality shows on that.
And yet Wonder Woman looks like it's been remastered. It's in Blu-ray, it looks like.
We want to keep her looking good.
But what I'm thinking is when they did these shows in the 70s and on film, they must have shot it in a film ratio, which is maybe why it looks so good. They can go back. They must have been cut for TV. There must be masters in widescreen out there of all these 70
Wonder
shows.
Woman, Wonder Woman. All right. Next film, I Do Until I Don't. All right. We have no listing of people, but who is that? Is that Ed Helm?
They'll go run through the list
At
of
the
people
end?
here. Yeah.
It's an ensemble comedy, Ed, following 3 couples stuck in the web of a jaded filmmaker looking to prove that marriage should be a 7-year contract. I agree with an option to review. So who can I sue? Someone stole this from me. I said this on the show, Ed. Oh my God, this is just. I am disgusted. Finish the read. I can't even finish it. Finish that.
Finish it. You're not going to.
No, this is what I said.
That's usually when all the divorces happen, with 7 years and 2 kids. From the acclaimed director of In a World comes I Do Until I Don't, featuring an all-star cast of Lake Bell. There's Lake Bell.
Oh, there you go.
Ed Helms, Mary Steenburgen, and that was Paul Reiser we saw at the beginning, who was almost unidentifiable.
Right.
This was directed by Lake Bell and written by Lake Bell and rated R by Lake Bell for sexual material.
I have said in the past, that's what you get married, and I don't know if I said 7 years or 5 years, whatever, but I said that's what you should do. You have a contract. When the contract is up, you both determine whether or not you want to renew the contract. If you do, great. If you don't, you don't. Someone has stolen my idea.
That was Paul Reiser for you folks.
Yes.
We weren't sure if he had a wig.
Shannon's calling me. Should I answer?
Yeah, yes. We have to ask her a question, too.
Hey, I tried calling you earlier.
Oh, here's the list of names.
All right, listen, let me call you back later, okay?
Does she want to appear on the show?
All right, bye.
Does she know a producer in Schenectady? I had some questions to ask her.
No, I'm answering for her. She's not appearing on the show.
I don't know if that was the question I was going to ask.
What question were you going to ask?
I don't know.
Well, whatever it was, it's highly inappropriate, and I have been offended.
I don't know. I probably would have asked her if she wants to come down. Why not?
No.
Come down.
No.
No.
These kids have lives, Ed.
Do they? They're too busy with their phones, I guess. You know, in our day, Dave, it was fun and a fun event and a unique event to appear on a TV show.
You're right.
That would air on television.
That's how I got dates.
That's how you got many of your dates. And yet now these kids can shoot their own. But this is the reason why public access, like Channel Albany, is going down.
It's ubiquitous, Ed.
Where you can do a live stream out to the entire world on your phone. And if you hold it the right way, it's in widescreen.
Trishna.
Trishna Begum out there. She may have blocked me because I haven't seen any videos from Trishna Begum in a while. I'm just trying to help these newscasters out there.
All right. But yes, now when we did it, it was so unique and mind-blowing. Now with everybody under the sun. Now we're ahead of the curve. We're way behind it now, Ed. Way back. Now we're almost like an antique.
I'm getting out.
That's right. Plus, we're old.
Well, Ann Perillo is still going strong there. She's doing, I don't know if she has producers. She does have producers down there doing her show. And she puts, I don't know how she comes up with 4 guests, I guess it is a week, on her show. That's a lot of work.
I've never, ever seen that show.
You never seen? I think it's on a YouTube or something. I'll send you a link to one of the Ann Perillo shows. And by gum,
I will ignore it.
in our final season here, we should make a cross appearance where Ann Perillo, who has been down here on the show.
Oh, has she? Okay.
Producer's looking around. She was down here
This
once.
was during Michael's tenure.
Probably, yeah, while Michael was here. Because there was a little flirting going on.
Because didn't you and Michael appear on her show?
We appeared on her show at least twice, I think, didn't we? And I think Kim the Matinee Lady. So I think we need to do a crossover in the final season with the Ann Perillo show. It'll be like those Bionic Woman, $6 Million Man. Where
Family Guy Simpsons?
we start something on this show and it ends up over there.
Okay.
So I think an Ann Perillo crossover show should be done. Which means taking a Tuesday off. Because she tapes on Tuesday. All right, Renegades.
We're not going to get to the deaths again, are we?
Yes, we have to get to
Why?
the deaths of
We
this
got
show.
nothing on the next show. All right, go ahead.
J.K. Simmons and Sylvia Hoeks. Renegades is about a team of Navy SEALs on assignment in war-torn Europe who discover a treasure of gold at the bottom of a lake rumored to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. In an effort to help the locals, they go rogue
Oh, no.
and engineer a heist to retrieve the gold and return it to its rightful owners. But in a deadly turn of events, they are detected by the enemy and left with only 10 hours to carry out their mission. Rated PG-13 for violence, brief sexuality, and language.
Now it's all at the bottom of the lake.
How dare they go rogue, Ed? Who do they
Going
think
rogue?
they are? Sarah Palin?
This isn't based on a true story, right? Not seeing that.
I don't think so.
Okay, wasn't there another film where people were a war type thing where they were going after gold with George Clooney?
Yes, and wasn't Matt Damon in that?
I think so.
It wasn't
Three men.
necessarily gold, but like art and other artifacts. But I don't remember the name. Bob/Gary, tell us.
Maybe he would explain. Maybe he said he would appear on the show, so he's not in the witness protection
Okay.
program. I wonder. He did tell us the story once of why he used the Gary name. It might have to do with work, which I think he's retired now. So
Because he is 60-ish.
he is 60ish in his last email I sent over to you.
Yes. I see, I did read that one.
Also, something we have to do with the House of Frankenstein. We should do something up there, which
Well, we better do it soon.
which means yes, we have to do it before they close this season because it won't be open until the when we're in this current last season.
Right.
So we'll have to do it for Halloweenish.
All right.
Something at the House of Frankenstein. Let's do our DVDs and then deaths.
Okay. And the game? We have time for all that?
Yes.
We had less time than this in the first show and you wouldn't do it.
Batman and Harley Quinn and the special edition with a little Harley Quinn figure you can play with there, Dave.
Ooh, I would do that.
This is the original Harley Quinn look, not that travesty we saw in
Is this Batman voiced by Mark Hamill?
he does the Joker.
Joker.
in this
Oh, okay.
series, I believe.
That's
I don't
how
think
much I know.
see Joker in this one. Gotham, the third season that just completed. I still have the first season on Blu-ray. I'm going to start sometime. The producer says this is a good show, so I'm counting on it. I'll get to it at some point. And I will buy them when they're marked down to $15 on Blu-ray. That's a good deal.
The Manster. Ooh.
He's half man and half monster.
Wow.
It was another one of those two-headed ones where, like that Rosie Greer,
Right.
where there's a fake head on it, until the close-ups where there's a towel like
Yes.
joining two heads together.
And one slightly behind the other one
Yeah,
because they couldn't get them right next to each other.
that's what they had to do in the old days before CGI. Had to get Rosie Greer popping up behind you. 2069. It's a sexy sex odyssey.
Oh,
I
wow.
couldn't find a trailer for this one though. We could. That was a new sound.
Why is it that year? I wonder.
I wonder. It's a sexy year.
Oh.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
This is
Chicks
the-
in little cheerleader outfits.
This is the fourth or fifth incarnation of Bring It On.
Is this the poor man's Fast and the Furious?
It is slowly becoming that. Of course, we're a long way from Kirsten Dunst and whoever was in the first one there. I think that's the last one. Oh, no.
Will and Grace.
Will and Grace is coming back with a 10 or so episode run.
It's been renewed for a second season
It
before
has-
the first one even started.
Oh, no. I haven't seen episode 1 of the first incarnation.
I haven't either.
What was the premise?
He's gay, right?
It was one gay guy and Will and Grace
Yeah, I don't know the premise. I never saw it.
and a wacky voiced neighbor or something, and I don't know what went on for the however many years this was on. And I won't watch the remake, which
Stop turning into me, Ed.
is that on a network?
Yeah, NBC. I
NBC
think.
is
I think
taking
NBC
it back.
is doing
We don't
it,
have
right?
to buy CBS Prime or anything.
No. All right, what are we doing now? Are we doing the game? Or are you doing deaths?
You'd hate to do the deaths on the premiere episode. Let's do the deaths.
Why? It's the premiere episode of our show. All right, let's quick go through the deaths, and then we're going to zip through the game.
I don't think there were so many that we can't get to the
All right,
game.
make it quick. Let's go.
Maybe we'll start off the new show with the game right away.
Recent celebrity passings. John Hurd.
He didn't want to be known for Home Alone. Was he a drug person or being...
I don't know, was he?
He had no problem, apparently, being in Sharknado. He's doing a little... The producer's doing yeah, I was trying to think of the two guys from Saturday Night Live there. Do. I think he was killed off in the first Sharknado.
Who?
You know Jaitu Kumbaku, who was in a lot of shows. It looks like he did a lot of Universal shows in the 70s, but I mainly remember him from this man called Sloan, where he was, he had a name here, Dr. Chang or something, with the mechanical arm from the one season, A Man Called Sloan. Also in Blackula. But he's gone. You don't know who he was or is, or he doesn't really matter because he's gone.
Oh. I didn't know who this guy was either.
He was the guy from, I don't know if he was a transsexual or what kind of character he was from True Blood, which I have the entire series, and that one I haven't watched yet. I have to get to that one nowadays.
All right.
But he had heart failure due to alcohol withdrawal.
Yes.
Don't want to mess with drugs and alcohol.
Oh.
Patty Deutsch, who was mainly known for being on the Match Game, as far as I know.
Yeah. I think it was a voice. Oh, you got it right there. She did a lot of voices of cartoons. Appeared on that god-awful Laugh-In. Oh, there you go. Look at all the voices she did in. Well, when you live that long.
Cindy Lou Who, of course, and Rocky.
Yep.
Who she got in trouble
Smurf.
with when she did the Rocky and the Howard Stern show, doing dirty things.
Chester Bennington. Yes, he did. Why would you put that in there? Don't say because I sent it to you in that way.
It seems like it's the same reads as the... Did you find this somewhere, or was that your term?
I sent that
was
to
your
you.
term.
Yes.
Because it looks like the same things I got off the wiki feed. It's true, though.
Then there was another singer who...
Oh, Chris, did we do
No,
him?
we didn't. That was a
him
while
last
ago.
time.
Wasn't there someone even more recent than
There was
Bennington?
somebody
Maybe not.
else, I think.
I thought there was, but...
Or just he was tied into Chris Cornell.
Martin Land. Finally! I've been waiting for this guy to die.
Oh, no.
I thought he was dead like Abe Vigoda for years.
He was really good in that Ed Wood, which I have to watch again. I don't have that for some reason. One of the one films I don't have. And I hate to tell the folks, but this is one of those times where we're not going to get to the game this week.
We're not.
It does happen on occasion.
Snooty! There you go.
We still have to pay tribute to Snooty. Apparently somebody left an opening to an area that shouldn't have been left open, and he couldn't get back in and breathe, and he was drowned.
So a marine animal drowned.
Right.
I don't understand. How do you drown?
There were protests going on outside.
How do you drown if you are a water creature?
They have to come up for air once in a while.
Well, why the hell didn't he come up?
Because they closed the door or didn't close it. Some door was open or not open that was supposed to be open.
So it prevented him from getting his necessary air.
He was too big to get through the thing, I think.
Poor Snooty.
That's a shame.
60 years old.
Snooty goes.
70, 60, what was it?
69.
69.
All right, so no game this week. This is the last show of our penultimate season. It seems like only yesterday when we started the penultimate season, but we have to sign off. Join us next week for the season premiere and of the final meetings.